man?
I don't know.
Did you get donged up or what?
I don't know. I'm just getting random noties.
Randoms.
We're live right now, so if you want to
yeah.
talk to us, a little Facebook deal.
Facebook. And Heather, Mark is getting out soon, if that's what you're asking. I'm sure it's probably on there somewhere, and I cannot see that far. I'm just guessing here. But
no, Miss Lorraine, I watched for J-Lo, too.
J-Lo, man. Dude, 50 years old, J-Lo's looking amazing, man.
I don't know.
J-Lo looks better than, like, any 20-year-old I see out in the block. Sorry, 20-year-olds,
I don't know whose blood was sucked, but just looking like that at 50, I mean, that's amazing. That's a amen to modern technology.
Look, dude, dude, back in the day, like, you start thinking of, like, I don't know, man. It's crazy, man. She's defying age.
What they telling us, a lazy American, is. It's amazing what the gym will do to you.
Yeah, it's like, hey, if you eat less McDonald's, you could fucking be on a stage and, doing fucking J-Lo activity. Ooh. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know, man.
That steak bagel. Whew.
Yeah, exactly. See, that's what I'm saying. That steak bagel. And that'll get people during Mardi Gras, I'll tell you. Hey, Mardi Gras, you know what's funny about Mardi Gras real quick? All the places that make, like, mediocre-ass food are going to make a killing. I mean, all the pizza places on the side streets by Bourbon.
I'm trying to make a change. I'm about to be 42, so I'm starting to eat kale. And
kale's good for you.
It makes you very gaseous, but, healthy as well.
Yeah, man. Is the cat still alive, by the way?
Hey, we need to have a comment. What did you think of the Super Bowl? I know you picked my homie, too, because you know winners.
I'm fearing she's going to claw me. She's like, okay, I've had enough.
All right, we're about to have a live clawing.
Yeah, it was almost about to happen. The way she looked back at me, like she was not thrilled about this visual. But anyway, I don't know. Would you say the first half to me was more about the defense of the 49ers or the offense? Just just combination.
It was like a first date. They were
like what was going on with Mahomes?
They were just kind of trying to feel out where everybody was at, what can go on.
Yep.
And by the fourth quarter,
it was like a dance before the liquor got in the punch bowl, right?
Before the liquor got in the punch bowl.
Before somebody spiked the punch.
And, if you just watched like the last 6 minutes of the game, you'd have thought it was one of the best Super Bowls of all time.
Yeah, the first two quarters kind of sucked. I mean, not just saying because the 49ers were winning, but it was kind of boring. But I guess Kansas City just followed their script that they followed all postseason. I mean, they just trailed by multiple possessions in the second half, and you'll come back and win the game.
Should we have stopped believing or thinking that Kansas City would win after they came back from 24-0 in like 10 minutes?
Well, to me, but the problem with Houston is Houston's defense.
24-0 in the first half.
No, but see, I thought that could happen the whole time, man. I'm going to be real with you. I was still on Kansas City. Once they scored that first touchdown, I'm like, okay, here they go. Because Houston's defense is atrocious. San Francisco has a terrific front seven. Their secondary has got Sherman and Tart. Outside of that, they're kind of suspect. But I really love their front seven. And to me, Houston's defense, you had a feeling they would give up 40 that day. That was all possible.
Mahomes won the MVP. He didn't play but 6 good minutes.
But that's when you're great. You can do shit like that.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean,
that's why he won. But somebody that should have got a recognition. It's not just somebody. It's a whole unit. The way that defense played.
Defensive line, yeah. Chris Jones and those guys, yeah.
Chris Jones getting consistent pressure.
That guy is pretty good, yeah.
LSU's own Tyrann Mathieu.
Yeah. Was it 4 Tigers? 4 Tigers got rings on that team, I think?
And the announcers always make it sound like he's just like awful. He's like, oh my God, he's like yelling at his teammates right now. No, saying, let's go win this
game. He's like,
yeah.
I mean, like, I know that was such. Troy Aikman and Buck could be a bunch of dick faces sometimes. I'm sorry, y'all. I said it.
They're acting like it's OBJ, throwing shit.
Like Matthews doesn't take plays off. You can say what you want about Tyrann Mathieu. Maybe he, when he first came to the league, he had some issues coming out of LSU, but he proved everybody wrong. That guy's done nothing but bust his ass and be a model citizen since he came in the league. You know what I'm saying? He's proved all the haters wrong. I mean, he fell in the draft. We talked about it in the previous podcast, but he's proven everybody wrong. The dude's a multi-time Pro Bowler, plays the game as hard as anyone. Like you said, if that was OBJ, a guy that takes plays off, or just a diva like that, I can understand it. But no, dude, see, that's to me where if Jim Nantz and Tony Romo had this game, Romo would be saying, hey, he's firing his guys up right now. He's ready. Joe Buck and Aikman's so goddamn negative all of a sudden now. Like, he just wants to think, oh, well, look, there's something going on here. He's pissed off.
I mean, if Tyrann Mathieu, the Honey Badger, is not the best safety in the league, he's right there.
Yeah.
I mean, just an impact player, can cover just about anybody. Tackles people in the open field and makes him not want to come his direction again.
Yeah.
You know, he's just everywhere. And the way he fired up that team,
yeah.
You know, that's
well,
you know, that's a big part of it. He gave Pat Mahomes a chance to go win that game.
Now, Kyle Shanahan's taking a lot of grief. I don't think if you don't have Kyle Shanahan, I don't think this team's good enough on offense. I think there's some good players on offense, but I think Kyle Shanahan took them to another level with his play calling this season, obviously. I think a lot of people being a little unfair with Shanahan because, you know, he was associated with the Falcons thing, but let's be real. That's not on that man at all. I don't put either loss on Shanahan. The problem is he ran into the best quarterback in the NFL. His quarterback had an opportunity. You had the fucking ball. He missed Emmanuel Sanders on the biggest throw he had all fucking game.
It's not his fault, but I mean, do you try to score points at the end of the half?
Yeah, but
sit on it.
I mean, I think it's just the feel of the game. I mean, I think
you go for 2-foot field goals when you know you're playing Mahomes.
I think he took his shots, but
at some point.
I mean, look, man, I think he tried to play his game. They weren't going to win playing Kansas City's game. They weren't going to score 35 points and win this game. They had to keep this game with limited possessions from Mahomes. They had to run the ball effectively. Garoppolo wasn't going to throw for 250, 300 yards. I mean, and win this game. They needed look at the games they've been winning with him, under 100 yards in some of these games in the playoffs. I mean, I don't know, man. I think he did everything the way he needed to. I think it's a mistake for people to put this on him. Look, if Garoppolo hits Emmanuel Sanders,
I'm not putting it on him at all, but I'm saying.
But if Emmanuel Sanders was wide open, if Garoppolo makes the throw downfield, and I'm not saying it's just one play because I don't think one play decides a game ever, but if he makes that throw,
then Mahomes is going to score another touchdown in like the next 2 minutes.
He might, but the game's essentially over. You'd have been up 17 points. They had a chance to make it a 3-possession game would have been it. I don't care how great Mahomes was. The time wouldn't have allowed it. You would have had to recover like 2 onside. It wouldn't have happened. You know, to me.
Are you talking about the one that they're going for at the end of the game that Emmanuel Sanders had?
I'm talking about the one on the play when they were up 2 possessions with the football. He threw one to Emmanuel Sanders downfield, and Sanders got behind the coverage, and I kept thinking that the whole time. I said, Kansas City's about to sell out in the run because they have no choice. It's a 2-possession game. It's in the fourth quarter. They got to stop the run. They can't allow them to get first downs and run so many seconds between plays.
They have to play action, big play.
And that's why I said, man, they're going to hit him with a play action. It's going to be Kittle or Sanders or Debo downfield.
And the difference in the game is Garoppolo didn't hit those.
He couldn't hit those throws. No, we knew Mahomes was going to get the better of that matchup. I mean, it's not really a matchup, but we knew he was going to be the better quarterback. And I'll tell you, Damian Williams played a heck of a game. You said the defensive line. And their offensive line got their shit together.
I don't think enough people talk about it. I mean,
yeah, he had a good game.
That guy, how many missed tackles did he force in that game?
Yeah,
he was like every time he got the ball, he was stopping on a dime, letting people. Yeah. I mean, he looks like Kansas City's guy. I mean, is there a lot of people want them to draft another running back, but he looked like the guy, but. You know, the fact that he was well rested, he had all those games off in the middle of the season.
Sometimes that makes a difference. Absolutely.
He just had Kansas City playing at their peak as good as that team could play because they peaked right at the end of the season. They had the best quarterback in the league.
I felt the whole time going into this game, I felt they couldn't do anything with Tyreek Hill. They didn't have a cover with Tyreek Hill and Watkins, and with a tight end like Kelsey. That's matchup nightmares because you have to respect Kelsey so much, being arguably the best tight end in the league. You have to respect him. His game is sick. He can beat any safety or linebacker with ease. You got Sammy Watkins, who's had a nice career in his own right, super fast guy, had 90-something yards receiving this past game, and then you got Tyreek freaking Hill, who is to me the best open field runner in football, probably the most big play capable guy in the league right now. And Tyreek Hill, 9 catches, 100+ yards, they're nasty all around. Kansas City had so much, and then you have Andy Reid. He finally gets it done, which is great for the 61-year-old soldier. Man, that guy's been around forever. He's put his time in. He deserved it, but. I think Mahomes, with a quarterback that's mobile like he is, that could really deter the pass rush with those weapons, with his skill set, and Williams, like you said, well-rested behind a line that really, to me, kind of outplayed. They outkicked their coverage as a line, in my opinion. I think it's a pretty average line, but they played great in the second half as a unit.
Years where Breeze didn't have a great line, but he knew how to get the ball to the running back, and instead of throwing the ball out of bounds, taking a sack, he made that line look better because he got rid of the ball before he took a big hit. And he kept the chains moving.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely.
And a lot of times that gives the offensive line confidence where they will play over their heads.
No, absolutely. They came out hard in the second half, but I just think San Francisco had a shot to win the game, and just end it. Like, what I'm saying? When they had a 2-possession lead with the ball, for them to just give the ball right back to Kansas City, that was that was daylight for them right there. And then the pass to Hill, the 44-yard completion, was huge as well to surrender that.
San Francisco has they have a superior team in overall outside of quarterback, and that's the difference. And that was the end of the NFL football season.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know, man. It was a great season. Obviously, we wanted more from the Saints. The whole offseason, we're going to get into a lot of that coverage soon. It's going to get really exciting over the next few weeks. Free agency is going to be here before you know it. You're going to start hearing stuff about the draft in another month or so. It's going to be all over the place. But right now, I tell you, it's you got to give appreciation. Pat Mahomes is the guy right now. He's the best quarterback in the league. Andy Reid, you feel really good for that guy to win one. And we're just happy as Saints fans, our old NFC West rivals from back in the day who kind of broke our hearts in the playoffs on some questionable calls a few years back, and this year beat us 48-46, which was a huge loss for us. I mean, we hate the 49ers, so we're kind of glad to see them lose. At least I am. I'm not the guy I guess I'm not like Mr. Gonzalez in this equation. We kind of we share different opinions. The Bear has a difference of opinion when it comes to that. Yeah, but
if he only had a forum where he could, speak on those, those opinions.
Hey, the Dancing Bear could come back on, man. I mean, Daisy's gonna battle him, man. For mic time, that's for sure. But where we at, man? How we looking?
Man, we had 41 minutes.
All right, well, I think it's time to get the fuck out of here.
I think y'all had enough of this.
Let's get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
All right, guys, we'll be back later this week. Yeah,
Saints
go
and
it.
Sinners.
Do it, y'all. Tailgate Sports.
504.com.
Absolutely, yo. That will do it.
And Spreaker, if we're not already over it, we're good. Out, guys. Spreaker. Love you guys.